Hardy and flying wingers Robbie Rampling and Tim Fletcher. Kick-off is at 11:30 tomorrow morning at Farrer. Inverell boxer Tim Mutimer has added the Golden Gloves to his growing trophy cabinet after he scored a knockout win over Gyra's Scott Rowe. Mutimer headlined the big fight night held at the Inverell RSM Club.
The growing reputation of northern boxers was confirmed on Saturday night at the big Inverell fight night. Some of the best had travelled from southern Queensland, Sydney and a large contingent from Yamba, all hoping to dominate the locals on their home turf, but it wasn't to be. The last 5 bouts all going to the northwest. In this fight, Luke Morley from Armidale in the red corner was too strong for Steve O'Hara from Fairfield. Local boy Inverell's John Berger overpowered Alan Walker from Yamba. The Morley family were running hot. Joshua from Gyra, too good for Damien Kanga from Yamba. And Tamworth's Graham Neville had sharpened up over the last few weeks under trainer Mike Abra, and his lightning left jab stopped Yamba's Norm Harvey. And in the main bout, the Golden Gloves, local favourite Tim Mutimer had nothing to lose against bigger Scotty Rowe from Gyra. It only took Tim 1.5 rounds to gain control. It happened very quickly and even caught cameraman Harold Cons by surprise. And after the count, the referee stopped the fight, and Inverell's Tim Mutimer added another belt and trophy to his growing list.
There you go, Kev. That's the day in sport.
All righty, good on you. Well done. See you tomorrow. The details of the weather is next, and the farmer hoping to fulfil another Olympic dream.
It's great.
It's great, all right. The greatest personal loan rate is great value. Right now, you can get a $5,000 loan and pay just $24 a week.
It's great.
What about a $10,000 loan and pay only $48 a week?
It's great.
Or a $15,000 loan and pay just $72 a week over 5 years?
It's great.
Greater personal loans turned around in 24 hours. But for these low rates, hurry. Call 13 13 86.
If you win this Thursday's $9 million Powerball jackpot, you'll be able to spend every minute of every hour, of every day, of every week, of every month, of every year for the rest of your life.
For the best bonus deals, see your local bloke from CRT. Buy 25 litres or more of Cooper's Cloud S and get this 13-piece quality screwdriver set free. Focus on cattle parasites with longer-acting Dectomax. Buy 10 litres or more and these binoculars are yours. Sensational new Edge Power Log Splitters, just $39.95. And Edge fiberglass handled shovels, only $26.
They're your local blokes from CRT.
You're invited to browse through a unique garden centre full of bright ideas and quality affordable plants at Tamworth Evergreen Nursery. Why not choose from our extensive range of Italian terracotta pots at unbeatable prices? Tamworth Evergreen Nursery, White Street, Tamworth.
Your heart rate's up. You're in a cold sweat. You've got a fever. There's only one cure.
FDB Spring Fever Catalogue. Sale must end Friday. Glass chest sets, super high metal garden arch, 3-seater garden swing, sturdy garden tools, spring pool chairs, secateurs with sponge grip, super management diaries, mini snooker table, solid wood table and chairs. FDB Spring Fever Catalogue. The cure for a bargain fever.
You too will be a winner when you buy these appliances at Retrovision. Only $269 for the Panasonic 27-litre word-prompting microwave with free body shop makeover and $20 gift voucher. And just $369 for the Panasonic 33-litre electronic model with free body shop makeover and $30 gift voucher. You too will be a winner when you buy at Retrovision, the biggest retailer of electrical appliances.
Weather now with Fiona Ferguson, and it's cloudy, but thankfully not much in the way of rain.
Not at this stage, Kevin. That's pretty much the way it's going to stay for the next few days. We'll take a look at the forecasts in a moment. Today's temperatures first up, though, a top of just 12 degrees at Armidale today, 15 at Glen Innes, Gunnedah 22 after 11 overnight, Inverell 19. Moree, Narrabri and Scone all made it to 21 today, 11 to 20 the range at Tamworth. To the satellite picture now, and no surprises there, that cloud building up again over New South Wales this afternoon. The synoptic chart shows a dominant high-pressure system. Once again, those southeasterly winds bringing a few showers to coastal districts. That high will move off the south coast tomorrow, those coastal showers persisting, while cloud will increase over western districts as an upper air disturbance moves through central Australia. Looking ahead now for the forecasts, the northwest slopes and plains cloudy periods tomorrow with a chance of a shower in eastern areas. For the northern tablelands district, cloudy in the east with some drizzle, cool to mild tomorrow, moderate east to northeasterly winds. For the Hunter district tomorrow, early showers near the coast, a mainly mild day tomorrow, moderate southeast to northeasterly winds. Tomorrow's temperatures: Armidale a shower or two and a top of 17 degrees, 20 apiece for Inverell, Tamworth and Newcastle. Moree a fine day, 11 to 22 there, and Scone headed for a top of 21, a dry day after a low of 9 tonight, I should say, Kev. And that is the weather.
Thank you. And finally tonight, Tamworth farmer Greg Flynn is hoping to relive a dream in the year 2000, 44 years on from the Melbourne Olympics. He was one of the lucky few to carry the torch then, and with any luck, he'll be one of a select band to carry it at 2 Olympics in his home country.
What can you do with it? You've got to get rid of it. You can't hang on to it until she dies because it's...
Mabel is one of Greg Flynn's closest companions these days. She also helps him keep fit, a prerequisite for running a mile with the Olympic torch.
I've been milking cows all my life, and I've never seen a cow like her.
Greg is a semi-retired farmer, professing to be 60-something, making him nearly 20-something when he carried the torch leading up to the Melbourne Olympics in 1956 at The Rock, 20 miles south of Wagga Wagga. He remembers the occasion fondly.
About 500 people there, and the Rock is only a little town, not much bigger than Somerton, and yet people come in for 100 miles around.
SOCOG has so far found 100 people like Greg around Australia and are eager for them to again run the torch at Sydney 2000.
Rare opportunity, that's correct, and I look upon that as being rare. And I think it'd be, if I can do it, I could go to bed that night and say, well, I'm damn glad that I did do it.
Greg's chances of being chosen are very good. SOCOG needs 10,000 people to help run with the torch. Greg confident he's as fit and ready today as he was 42 years ago. Scott Beveridge, Prime Local News.
And Greg, we wish you all the luck. That is Prime Local News. The national stories are next. We'll be back tomorrow night at 6, and I hope you can join us then. Good night.
Tonight's news was brought to you by a local Toyota dealer and the Land Cruiser Prado.
Oh, what a feeling.
With Ann Sanders, Ross Simons, Neil Brooks and Brian Bury, this is 7 Nightly News.
Tonight, the Prime Minister and his wife attacked during a wild protest.
Claims this filter could fix Sydney's water.
And Darth Vader, the new force in our HSC.
Good evening. Tough new laws on the way to protect us from home invaders.
And what really happened to those missing divers?
Babies and small children have been caught up in a wild demonstration against Prime Minister Howard. It happened during a confrontation with Green protesters in Hobart, the most violent scenes of the election campaign.
The protesters, led by Green Senator Bob Brown, ambushed John Howard as he arrived for a breakfast speech. Police repeatedly tried to remove Senator Brown. Clearly displeased, the Prime Minister and wife Jeanette were rushed through the angry crowd. Mrs Howard jostled. But the protest went badly wrong when some of the demonstrators' own children, even babies, were caught up in the melee. That led to this plea from the Prime Minister.
I do not regard it as intelligent for protesters to bring young babies into the protest line, such as occurred this morning. I think that is unfair to the young children. Mr Howard was also dogged later in the day by wharfies. But
Mr Howard also has some problems inside his own ranks, with anger amongst senior Liberals about Victorian Premier Jeff Kennett's decision to take on Pauline Hanson yesterday in Queensland. Senior Liberals say Mr Kennett was specifically asked not to confront Ms Hanson on her home turf. They say he ignored the requests, despite being told it cut across John Howard's campaign strategy of denying Ms Hanson publicity, something she achieved in spades this morning as a result. In Canberra, Glenn Meld, 790 News.
Opposition leader Kim Beazley has announced Labor's plans for Telstra profits, using the money for specific projects. Mr Beazley campaigned at home today in his marginal seat of Brand in Western Australia.
Campaigning in his own seat south of Perth, Kim Beazley got some help from his father, himself a former Labor minister.
I'm glad that he's here and I'm glad to be able to introduce him. Kim. Thank you very much.
In the last election, Kim Beazley Jr. barely scraped home here, and that was before One Nation, which is now targeting the seat.
He just might hang in there, but I think he'll be lucky if he does.
But the strange thing is, even if Kim Beazley were to lose his seat while Labor won the election, our constitution says he could still be Prime Minister. But the Labor Party would have just 3 frantic months to find him another electorate. Labor has revealed how it would spend the money raised by keeping 2/3 of Telstra in government hands. 1/3 of its profits would be put in a reward fund for science and infrastructure.
Selling Telstra is like selling Kalgoorlie before the gold rush.
But the government says Labor's promises would mean shifting money away from other public spending like hospitals. But Kim Beazley has put his election promises on the line, agreeing to quit if he breaks them.
I would consider myself honour bound to leave. To leave what? Well, the Prime Ministership.
In Perth, Jeff Bruce, 7 Nightly News.
An overlooked Australian invention could have prevented Sydney's water crisis. The invention was knocked back for the city, but it's being used in country New South Wales, where supporters say it gets rid of the 2 bugs poisoning Sydney water.
This is the water cleaner the bureaucrats didn't want.
This is a unit that takes out cryptosporidium, giardia, blue-green algae. Everything that can come out of it will come out of it.
Memtech is an Australian invention used all over the world. It's cheaper and more effective than any other water filtering system, but when Mulwaree Shire Council chose it over an older, more expensive one, the bureaucrats got upset.
We started it 12 months ago. It's now operational in a year, and we've come in $2 million under the price of the other unit.
This is one of the filtering cartridges from inside a Memtech unit. Each one has 14,000 PVC strands which filter the water. Now, the water's forced up through the holes in the strands and the bugs are left out. More importantly, cryptosporidium and giardia cannot get through this. The solution? Install 250 filters across Sydney.
You are able to purify the water within hours of it being delivered to the end consumers, so you don't have the possible or the major problem of reinfection from the pipe systems.
Here's the cause of some of that water problems: raw sewage running into the Warragamba catchment area. The local council says that's because the government won't connect homes to sewage.
If we sewer these areas, at least we're making some steps in improving the water quality that goes into Warragamba.
Bob Carr today blamed the previous Liberal government for our water woes, claiming cryptosporidium levels were 58,000 per 100 litres 5 years ago, but nothing was done.
That is almost 5 times higher than the highest levels most recently recorded.
Joanna Rouse, 7 Nightly News.
Police say they need everybody's help to catch a man who's been trying to abduct children in Sydney's southwest. He's about 50 to 60 with white hair and moustache, possibly driving a green Toyota. The police minister says he's depraved.
We must not allow one of our precious children to be a victim of this monster.
Mr Whelan was speaking at the launch of Operation Paradox, the annual child protection hotline. Anyone with information on child abuse should call 1800 333 000 between 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. tomorrow.
Our state government's acted to give us legal rights to fight back against home invaders. In some cases, homeowners could even use guns and knives, so long as that was what the law calls reasonable force.
Michelle Fowler's life was shattered when 2 men invaded her brother's home last year. They robbed Anthony Malouf and bashed him to death.
For somebody that you don't know to come into your home and invade it and hurt people that you love, it's just
so unfair and so cruel.
But the victim's right to self-defence in a home invasion has been unclear. Criminals have even been able to claim compensation for their injuries. Now the Carr government has embraced a bill introduced by Shooters Party MP John Tingle.
As Premier, I want it known the law is there to protect the innocent and punish the guilty.
In future, victims will be able to use reasonable force to resist home invaders and even pursue and tackle them. Under certain conditions, the use of a gun or knife could be legal.
It says for the first time it provides statutory law, the statutory right for somebody to defend themselves, their family and their property inside their own home from attack by an intruder.
Civil libertarians aren't impressed.
The most alarming thing is that people who have a gun may think that they're entitled to do what they like with it.
But the new law might be extended to cover retail and business premises. Jim Marr, 7 Nightly News.
If you found it difficult to get a taxi at lunchtime in the city today, here's why.
No script! No script! No script! No script!
More than 100 drivers parked their taxis along Macquarie Street to protest against compulsory security screens. Many drivers claim the plastic panels are unsafe, unhealthy and unsocial. But our state government says the $1,200 screens will stay and any owners who don't install them will face a fine.
Well, our Commonwealth Games cricketers and swimmers have just touched down in Kuala Lumpur. Neil Brooks is up there in Malaysia. Well, Brooksy, our athletes have flown into a bit of a drugs controversy.
Yes, you're not wrong, Ross. Mainly centring around cyclist Neil Stevens, though. They've just about flown into an electrical storm. It's about to open up here. He says he's no cheat, though. He's arrived in Kuala Lumpur. He's ready to race, despite those who say he shouldn't. He has, though, admitted he's been so scared by the Tour de France scandal, he's thought about quitting.
Stevens jetted in from Europe, oblivious to calls from Australian and Malaysian authorities for him to be banned from the Games. He seemed bemused by the media frenzy.
As far as he's concerned, it's finished. But Australia's looking into the matter. We've got to investigate on behalf of the UCI, and I'll keep Neil informed.
Despite the Festina scandal, when 5 members of the disgraced team reportedly admitted using the banned substance EPO, Stevens maintains his innocence.
I've made many declarations, you know. I've never taken anything, so, and yeah, I've got a clear conscience.
But Australian IOC member Phil Coles has labelled Stevens' invitation to Kuala Lumpur as strange and launched an attack on our sports administrators.
We do a lot of talking. When our athletes get caught, it's an accident.
Regardless, Stevens will ride the road race on Saturday, an event he wasn't pondering at the height of the Tour de France furore.
I had a bit of a rough time. I was thinking about stopping and riding a bike, you know. I had it sort of parked in the shed.
Stevens joins a growing Aussie contingent in Kuala Lumpur. The cricketers playing in the Games for the first time arrived last night. Skipper Steve Waugh neatly deflecting the now infamous rats in the athletes' village row.
Oh, well, we've had those before, so it's not a problem. Yeah.
And another first today, the Governor-General sending a hero fax to the team, the first of an expected avalanche of well-wishers. And late in the afternoon, the team which will spark the Aussie gold rush, the swimmers, flew in from their training base in Singapore. In Kuala Lumpur, Pat Welch, 7 Nightly News.
Now, if you'd like to send a hero fax, I know they'd be most welcome by the athletes here in Kuala Lumpur. The number is 0015 6